over the shade right here.
Watch out.
All right. How are we doing this week? How's Linnie?
She's good.
She looked, was she trying to scamper on out of here?
Yeah, I think so.
She's like, oh, I know. Have you had her at work again or no?
Yeah,
How is she?
she's doing good. There's been no issues.
Okay. Have you not seen the context yet?
Yeah, the one dog just stays away most of the time.
Okay.
So they haven't interacted too much, but when they have, it's
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Any questions or anything? So I think before we had covered the recall, we covered stay, we've done heal. Am I missing anything? That's it, right? Yeah. So what I thought we'd do today is something easy. You could use it at work actually if needed, which is duration. So there's kind of like three main commands in training. There's the walk with me, there's the come to me, and then there's the like stay put and don't move for a period of time. And that's what this one covers. This one's a bit more lenient. So stationary commands would be sit, down, and place. Sit, I look at as momentary, very 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. I wouldn't have a dog sitting longer than that personally. If I know I'm going to need it to be stationary for anything longer than a few minutes, then I would just tell them to lay down because that's more comfortable for them. Otherwise, we utilize the place command. This one is pretty simple because there's no real strictness to it, other than Linnie cannot step off of the area, but she can sit, she can lay down, she can stand up, she can play with a toy, she can chew on a bone, she just cannot step off of the area of place. So it makes it easier for, like, let's say you're at work, maybe there's a lot of dogs or something at some point, and you don't want to have to worry about words, Linnie or whatever, you can use this. If you ever take her to like a friend's house or something, or maybe she's looking a bit nervous in a setting, you have a means to keep her stationary and not having to worry about what she's doing. And then not have to worry about being so strict. Because if you were to down her, which we'll go over, down is there's no exception. You lay down, that's it. Same thing for the sit, you put your butt down, that's it. Whereas here she has a few more options. So it's a lot easier for the owner to I thought that was a real fish for a second. For the owner to, little toy shark there, manage. So, does she have a dog bed at home or anything like that? A dog bed?
yeah.
Yep. So a dog, you can use a dog bed, you can use a towel, a blanket. Some people use like rugs or area mats. Anything that has a perimeter and is big enough for her to be able to go on and have some space. Is fine. So like some of my clients would carry like a towel in their car. So if they go to a restaurant, they can just pop down the towel and send their dog there, and then they can have a meal and not worry about what the dog is doing. In the beginning, we always start within the home to make things easier. And then, Running. Well, we train dogs. Yeah, so it's transferable. It can be a number of things. Like it doesn't have to. Like it could be like the dog bed in the living room. It can be, a mat in the kitchen or whatever. There could be numerous ones within the home. She will learn all the different ones, and she'll just interpret it according to the context. So if you're in the living room and you say place, then she'll know, oh, that's the dog bed. If you're in the kitchen, she'll think, oh, that's the mat. Okay. Questions so far? So what we're going to do to teach this at first, we're not going to worry about saying anything. We're just going to teach the act of going here. What's your number set at the moment?
We're at
68? Okay. We'll go down to like 45. We're going to teach something new.
Yeah.
Good. And what we're going to do here is you're going to choke up on your leash so that you're closer to her neck, probably giving about maybe 2 to 3 feet of slack, so that you have more immediate leverage with the leash, because you're going to use that to direct Linnie to go to the placemat here. We're not going to say anything. You're just going to start tapping Very slowly, just tap, tap, tap. As you give pressure towards the mat itself, once she pops on, you're gonna stop tapping. Should Linnie pop off or overshoot, you're just gonna counter. Give tapping back to lead her back on. As soon as she's on, you're gonna relax. And then if she holds there, you'll wait a moment, and you're gonna say break, and then we're gonna repeat. Okay, questions? All right, just go ahead and step forward a little bit. Good, and tip, 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 tip. Add a girl, and brace. Up, tip, 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 tip. Move towards this way. Tip, 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 tip. Add a girl. Wait a moment. See what she does. Good, and brace. Good, and break. Good, we're gonna repeat that 4 more times. And tip, tip. Good. Wait a moment. Do. Tip, 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 tip. A little bit closer to her collar. On the leash. There you go. Tip, 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 tip. And a girl. Wait a moment. And praise. Good girl. We're gonna bump it. We'll go to 50. Good. And break. We're gonna do 3 more. Yep. Good. Wait a moment. Add a girl. Good. 2 more. Yep. Good. Yep. 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 A little bit of pressure. Yep. 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 Very good. Wait a moment. Bring the girl. And break. Good. We're going to do 1 more. Yep. 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 Yep, a little bit of leash pressure. Yep. 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 Almost. Add a girl. Good girl. Great. Add a girl. Good. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to be similar, except for this one, you're going to angle yourself. Okay, you're going to be about 2 feet up the placemat. And you're going to have Linnie go from here, or from your side, to the mat itself without moving. Okay? So you're going to give up, you're probably going to be closer to the collar as you're tapping to direct her to pop up. Okay? Break it. Yep. 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 And choke up a little bit so you're closer to her collar. There you go. And then forward. Yep. 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 A little bit more leash pressure. Yep. Yep. There she goes. Good. Yep. Yep. Right. Yep. 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 Try 55. Yep. 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 Little bit. Yep. And a girl. Almost. Yep. 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 A little bit more leash pressure. Yep. Add a girl. Good. Wait a moment. Good. Brace.
Good girl.
Good girl. Great. Good. 4 more. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. Good girl. Yep. Yep. Good move. Yep. 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 Add a girl. Yep. Good. Wait. Good. Yeah, we can praise here. Break. 3 more. Yep, good. Better. Good, 2 more. Yep. Yep. Atta girl. Better. Good. Good. One more. Yep. Yep. Atta girl. Good. We're gonna wait a moment. Good. We're getting easier. So now that we're making her do more of the mental work, and not so much kind of walking her there, it's really making her think and think with that pressure. So ideally, like it'll become tap and she just starts to stand. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is very similar, except now I'm gonna have you do same distance, anchor yourself, but you're gonna be moving around and sending from different places. Okay. So for Linnie, if you always send her from one direction, and then one day you decide I'm gonna send you from this direction, she's not gonna get it. Okay, because dogs don't generalize like that. So I like to start this process right off the bat. Once I start to see they're getting it much more easily, I start to do it from different angles so she doesn't get so fixed on one particular way. Okay, so you'll still keep that about 2 to 3 foot distance, and just try it from different angles. Okay. Great. Yep. Yep. Good girl. Good. 4 more. Good girl. Yeah. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Right. Yep. 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 Good. Good. Good girl. Good. So now, oh, that's good. Same thing, but now we're going to go a little bit further back. You're at 2 to 3 feet. We're going to go about 3 to 4 feet. Okay, that's about good right there. Right. Good girl. Atta girl. Yep. 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 Good move. Yep. Girl. There you go. Good. Good move. Good. Yep. 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 Good move. Yep. There she goes. Good move. Good. Right. Yep. 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 And a girl. Good. Yep. 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 Good. And you said 50? 55. And what were you at when you came here? 68. Okay. Break. Good. Couple more. Good girl. That was better.
It's like, what did you ask during right?
Very good. So now, same thing, but now you're going to add in that word place. Okay, we're going to add in that cue because she's doing pretty good with the scent. You'll keep it at the same distance, same path of walking around. So you're going to cue the word place first, and then you're going to start tapping with a bit of that leash pressure. We don't want to repeat the word, so once you cue it the first time, you can make it happen. If she breaks off prematurely, you won't repeat it, you'll just start tapping like you have been to send her right back again. Okay?
Oh, I know them.
Good. Right, yep. 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 Good. Atta girl. Good. Yep, yep. Yep, good move. Yep, very good. Girl. Good. 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 Okay, just a couple more. Good. Last one.
Still there. Yeah.
Very good. I'm going to pause right there, let it rest for a moment. All right. So there's two aspects to this. There's the send, which we're working on now, and then there's the go here and don't move. Okay. This part of it, 2 times a day, 2 to 3 minutes, back to back, from different angles and stuff. Getting it really easy for her to just hear the word and go there. At this stage, we do everything on the leash though. Even if she's doing great with it on the leash, but as soon as you remove the leash, sometimes the dogs will get confused and not do it. So we really want to drill that out a lot. When it comes to the duration aspect of it, if needed, you could right off the bat, send her to the place and have her be there for 2 hours if you needed it. There's no real warming up to that length of time. So what I do is I just once I've taught the dog to perform the behavior, I just think of when can I train and go about my life at the same time. So if I'm going to do a bunch of email work or anything like that, I can have the dog in place beside me at my desk while I'm working, because I'm going to be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And I keep the leash, I'll step on the leash to keep it underneath my foot, or I'll keep it in my hand or something. So in case the dog gets up, they're not going to get very far. I can correct them, lead them back, and then go back to doing my work. That's essentially what teaches them not to move in the first place. So we don't say, place and stay because it's implied with it. We would only say stay, for instance, if Linnie were to already be on the mat, let's say on her dog bed, and then she's on her own time or whatever, so she can get off whenever she wants. But then you decide, I actually need you to not move from there. That's where you would employ your stay from before. And then it becomes this command. Otherwise, if I send her there via the word place, we're not even saying stay after that because it's implied. And we create that implication simply by correcting her, should she prematurely break off of the area. Okay? So I can do this when I'm doing emails, I can do this when I'm watching TV, if I'm going to read a book. Anytime I'm going to be stationary for a bit, at least at this stage, and I go, I'm going to be here for a couple hours watching a movie, I'm going to do some training now. And then as you're watching a movie, 40 minutes goes by, Linnie goes on board, I'm going to get up, she tries to walk off, I can correct her, she goes back on, I go back to watching my movie. Okay? So we apply it just throughout our daily lives, and then everybody's application is going to be different. Some of my clients go to restaurant patios regularly, and they like to bring their dog, so they would need anywhere between an hour to hour and a half. That level of duration from the dog, so that they can enjoy their meal and stuff. So then what I recommend for them is to compensate for the fact that they're going to be in a distracting environment. There's going to be food, people, the waiter, sounds, noises, scents, all that stuff. Is that they do a longer period within the home, 2.5 hours, to kind of make it more difficult to compensate for the fact that there's not going to be a lot of distractions within the home. And everybody's life is different. So I just ask them like, just look at where you would apply this, how long that would be. So if someone were to take the dog to their office and go like, I would need my dog to be there for like 4 hours, then I would tell them, you don't have to do it every day, but on a somewhat regular basis at home, you're practicing longer lengths of time to build to be able to do that at the office. Okay. Questions so far with this? So we're gonna make things a little bit more difficult. We're gonna still keep using that word place, still keep the same distance, but after you send Linnie, you're gonna start to walk around her. Her job, of course, is to stay put. I don't care if Linnie stands up and starts to do this to kind of watch what you're doing. That's perfectly fine because she's staying within the area of place. We would only correct her should she try to prematurely break off to follow you. Okay? Whenever you're ready. Good break. Good girl. Good. Let her settle. Good. Break. Good. Good. Break, break. Good girl. Girl. Right, tap, 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 tap. Good girl. Very good. Good. 3 more. Good. Tap, tap, tap. That a girl. Good girl. Top one. Very good. Tap, 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 tap. A little bit more pressure on the leash. Tap, tap. Oh, yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Right. Good. One more. Good girl. Good girl. Excellent. So now you're gonna release. You're gonna do the sends. You're gonna walk around like you have been. Then you're gonna come in. Give her some praise. A lot of praise for girl. Step away, see what she does. She should stay put. Another quick little walk around, then the break. So you would release her, right? Then you'll send, place, walk around a bit, come back, good girl. Give her a lot of praise. Step back, but she should stay put. Another walk around, and then release. And a girl.
And then
Cool. Add a girl. Good job. Let's do 4 more. Good. Tap. Add a girl. Good. 3 more.
It's like, I bet it was it.
Good. 2 more. Good girl. Good. Cool. Add a girl. Good. 1 more. Add a girl.
Yeah.
Good. Real cool. Add a girl. And we'll do one little scent here. Good girl. Alright, so pretty simple to teach, huh? So, you see how Linnie's sitting up, right? Her stress levels are very much feeling a little anxious. If you notice, like let's say you try to employ this at home and stuff, and she's sitting for a long time, it's because she's uncomfortable mentally. It's nothing bad, but you'll start to see her, like we had a boarding train back like in, when was Jaeger? November, December?
December.
It was December?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Black Russian Terrier. He was like 150 pounds, big guy. And, when we were doing this with him, it took him days before, like he would stand, right? He wouldn't even sit down. He was so like anxious and stuff that he would stand on place for hours. Because at my facility, we have columns. And we have leashes that wrap around the column to tether. And then we have a placemat by all of them. So we do duration work right off the bat. So once we taught him this, we'd have him there for like 2 hours in between, like training, playing, going for the walks, bathroom breaks, and all that stuff. So we employed quite a bit. And initially, he was standing for a few days. He wouldn't even sit down. And then after a few days, he got tired, and he started to sit down. And then after a few more days, then he started to lay down. And then like everybody was like, oh, he finally lay down after days of not being able to do so. It's just so emotionally uncomfortable. Okay. In his case, he was a little bit over a year under no formal discipline, not used to being told what to do. He used to jump up and bark at you, and protest. So because he had so much freedom within the home, when he came to us, and it was like, now you got to do stuff, and you have to, and there's no option here. He went under a lot of stress because he was used to doing what he wanted. So if you see in the beginning, don't feel bad, it's okay. The stress ends up becoming tiresome. At some point, it's like she can't stay like that forever. It's gonna like kind of break away, and then you'll start to see like Linnie like go and like lay down. In the home, you may have it more quickly, especially since she's like really with her own bed. But it's one thing when it's like I go there when I want to, and then I'm going there because mom told me to go there. Different concept, okay? So just keep an eye on that. If it looks like she's sitting for a few days and stuff, you're like, man, it's like 30 minutes and she just won't stop sitting. Don't worry about telling her to lay down and stuff. It's just mentally she's still kind of locked up. But once she starts to get more relaxed, what you'll start to see is you'll tell her to go to place, and most dogs she's going to default into a laying down position. As we teach more things like the sit and the down formally for collar, I personally don't send dogs to place and then tell them to lay down, because that's not a place anymore, that's a den. Okay, so then if she stood up, we have to correct that, because place is lenient. It's sit, lay down, stand up, I don't care. Whereas if you tell her to go to place and then down her, now she has to hold that down position. Okay, questions? How's your recall been? Have you been able to practice with her?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. She doesn't really get that traction. She's still kind of shadowy a little bit.
Okay.
My joint's broken back and shooting down, so.
Okay. Okay. What we'll do is we'll practice with Enrique again, just to kind of review stuff, see how she's doing, and then we'll cap it there. Okay. Awesome. So you're perfect.
Man, that's great.
Your turn. Get your underwear out. That will work right here.
Yeah, right?
That's the first thing I thought when you pulled it out. I'm like, what's this guy doing?
I can so better view.
You having to run, walk,
We'll start with the walking, see what she remembers. Were you able to practice any of like this? We went over the side movements, right? Have you been able to do any of that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We'll do a couple here and there. That was good. 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 Good girl. Break. Good. 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 What we'll do here is we'll try out the leash dragging, so you can let the red leash go, and then grab it by the handle of the pink leash to see if she'll resist less a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? So you'll give her more slack. Yeah, go ahead and drop your red leash. Keep going. Keep going. Now. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Good, we'll try a couple more. Yep, keep going, keep going. Try now, Gene. Good girl. Good. Very good. We'll do one more. Now. Yep, back. Good. There she goes. Atta girl. Good. Atta girl. Good. Now here, go ahead and stay heel. Leave your leash on the ground and walk towards Enrique. Good turn, tap, keep forward, tap. There she goes. Good girl, tap forward. There she goes, good girl. Try a left turn. Good turn. And then towards Enrique. And slow to stop. Turn inwards. Inwards so that she's like this. To bring, there you go. So she's on your left. There we go. Good. Break. We're gonna try a light jog. Go ahead. Back tap, good. Atta girl, good girl. And good girl. Keep forward, yep. Good turn. Tap, forward, tap, tap, tap. Keep forward, you got it, good job. You got it, good, good, forward, good. Good, and break. Good, we're gonna do a few more of the jogs. Now. Up, tap, back. There you go. You got it. Good girl. Come, come, come on. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Good, good, good. You had a girl. Good. Good girl, Linnie. Good turn. Good turn. Good. And break. Good. Do 3 more. Break, break, break. Now. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. Keep going, tap. There she goes. Good girl. Go and speed up a little. And tap, tap. There she goes. Good. Tap, tap. Good girl. Pivot inwards. There she goes. Good girl. Good. And then back to Enrique. Good. Break, break. Good. 2 more. Now. Add a girl. Go, 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 go. Go, Linnie. Go, 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 go. Good girl, good girl. Add a girl. Right. Tap, tap to speed her up. Good. Good turn. Good girl. Good. And a girl. And 1 more. Break. Nope. Tap, tap, good. Good girl. Add a girl, Linnie. Good. Tap, tap, good. Good, and slow to stop. Very good. So she's got a really good concept. Started to break away, making it a little bit more farther than the 30 feet. So at this stage, you can do a couple of things. When you give her the freedom and the percent she must still like stays close to you, are you holding on to the end of the leash still, or do you let it kind of drag around? Let it drop? Okay. If you have like cause I know like deeper into like the park, there's like more grass space. You can let the leash drag, still stay relatively close. And then what I would do is if she manage to break away, I can kind of stay near it, but at the end of it. So if I need to call her, if she goes the wrong way, you can step on it. If you want to start experimenting with the heel with the leash dragging, you do that as well. And like, let's say there's like a big stretch of grass, you know, the heel, just do it like a normal walk, because you wouldn't be like doing all this, right? You do that because of space here. But when I was training my guys to be off-leash reliable, that's what I used to do. I used to, you know, at first I had on a long leash, and I was a trail in Miami that I used to walk through that there was people, wasn't a whole lot, so I could let the leash drag and like be in my hand, and eventually it was leash dragging, and then I went to the short leash dragging until I felt confident enough that I was like, they're not going to go anywhere. We reeled this out a lot, made a lot of mistakes, we fixed them all, and you just kind of gradually work up to that. The only thing I saw with the heel, either because she's tired or stressed and she was lagging a little bit, I did see you tap. I might play with the numbers a bit to see if there's a number that'll push her closer to you. If you see Linnie come to your right side like this, what you can do is just turn inward and then go the opposite way, and then just back on your left. Okay. Otherwise, you can pivot like this, bring her back. I typically try inward here. But essentially, you're always moving in a way that's going to bring her back to that left side. Okay. If you're doing a heel and Linnie were to go off, okay, ideally you want to keep your movement, depending on your environment, because you want her to return to you. I just keep an eye on where the end of the leash is at. Okay. And if I need to, I'll step on it and just tap until eventually Linnie will just start moving towards you, and then I'll start walking again, and you can see her come to your side. Okay. As we have a couple other things to teach on the short leash, and then we're essentially going to start building all this stuff towards the office. Okay. Any questions? So if you did good, you now have your place plan to start working on. The scent stuff, again, 2 times a day, 2 to 3 minutes. Once you feel like she's mastered it, you can say place and she'll go, then you're fine. It's now the application of it. You can do both in the same day, where you can do the sends, and then you can decide, okay, now go there and don't move for 30 minutes. Keep everything beside you for this week. If you're going to get up to get like water or anything, what I suggest is that you release Linnie first, and then you get up to go get your water. We wouldn't want to release her after you get up, because then you might create that pattern where she's going to think every time you get up, I get to go free. So we do it before we get up, so we avoid that problem. You can do as long as you want, 2 hours, 3 hours, or as short as you want, 15 minutes. Just think about, to yourself, how would I apply this? And if I would use this for a really long period of time, ultimately, then you want to start kind of every now and then, like, 2 hours here, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 3 hours here, like, every now and then, push it to that extent, okay? Any questions? All right, good job. We'll see you in a week, and if anything pops up, you let us know. Okay, thank you.